Hello there, my beautiful soul fams. My name is Catalina. Welcome back to my channel, Moonlight Awakening. If you're interested in any of my services, all my handmade jewelry, just like this one, all my social medias will be down below, and my email as well. Okay, so, and also my Patreon link as well. Okay, so yes, signs that you are an old soul. And what is an old soul? An old soul is a person who feels like much older than their age reflects. And usually this feeling often is accompanied by this gift of, empathy, high intelligence, and your intuition. They feel like they don't belong in this world. First sign that you could be an old soul is you old souls are deep thinkers. They think outside the box. Also feel like there's a reason to everything, and they question everything. For example, they wonder, is there a higher reason why we're on this earth? Do we all have a purpose here? And all souls are always seeking for that deep understanding of the world around them. And another sign you could be an old soul, you matured even as a young age. So yes, all souls do feel definitely wiser compared people their own age. Okay, so another sign that you could be an old soul, that you aren't materialistic. Old souls know that there's more to life than having millions of dollars. There's more to life than just money and having fancy cars and having all these fancy clothing, Prada, Gucci, whatever. It just, and all souls feel like what makes someone truly rich is what's really inside of them. And we know that money doesn't really bring you true happiness. Okay, so another sign that you could be an old soul, that they rebel against authority, especially at a young age. So yes, because old souls want to learn from their own experience, and it doesn't make any sense for them to be told to how to act, how to do certain ways, how to do things. It just authority doesn't really sit right with old souls. Like, for example, reasons why they never really understand religion. That's an example of one. And another sign that you could be an old soul, that all souls value alone time. Yes, because if you're old souls, it just usually they don't really vibe with people, and they find them kind of like boring, I guess you can say. And they just prefer hanging with themselves. For example, I used to do that a lot when I was a teenager. I would just eat my food alone, then after I eat my food alone, I'll hang out by myself at the library. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I had no problem with that. So, and another sign that you could be an old soul, that you're typically drawn to older people. For example, or like all souls prefer older people. For example, when I was in school, especially when I was a teenager, I will hang with teachers instead of other students my age. I don't know. I just felt more comfortable. I just prefer them than other students my age. Yeah. So another sign that you could be an old soul, you're typically you feel like an outsider. This is very common with old souls. Especially when you were in school, when they're in school or in jobs, they just had trouble blending in, with others around them. You just, old souls just feel very different, and they wonder if there's something wrong with them. No matter how much you try to blend in, you just couldn't. You just can't. It just wasn't in you. It just wasn't you, right? So another sign that you could be an old soul, you always felt like you were old in your heart, compared to your actual age. And another sign that you could be an old soul, that you have a strong connection to animals. Okay, so old souls have incarnated, many times on this earth. And also, that also means that you have also incarnated into an animal during those incarnations on this earth. There's a book. There's one of Dolores Cannon books. She tells that when humans were able to communicate more effectively with animals in telepathic powers. So back then we wouldn't use our verbal voice like I'm doing. It was just a very common thing just to speak telepathically. So even if you don't remember being an animal in a past life, there's a reason why old souls can feel empathy towards animal when they get beaten or anything, that these poor little animals go through on this planet. Old souls may also feel often it's a reason why old souls might end up being vegans, vegetarians, because they know animals shouldn't be harmed and then eaten. Okay, so yeah. So another sign that you could be an old soul. Old souls they're drawn to spiritual practices and in spirituality. Okay, and another sign that you could be an old soul, that you're attracted to ancient civilizations. Like for example, Egypt, the Mayans, maybe Atlantis, maybe you're drawn to Lemuria, and so on. because remember, our soul remembers everything. So there's a reason why you're drawn to Egypt, or there's a reason why you were always drawn to Atlantis or Lemuria, because that was one of your incarnations. That's why you will feel like that. And I'm feeling the chills. Okay, so yes, and again, and that's why the soul remembers everything. Even if you're not consciously being aware of it, the soul knows. And all we need to do as an old soul, keep awakening. Just keep awakening and keep healing your traumas so you can start remembering all the past lives. There's a reason why when we incarnate again, they don't want us to remember what just happened in our last incarnation, because it's gonna distract us to stay in our course. So it's like restarting fresh in a way. Okay, that's why we blocked out the, that's when we come here, we don't remember our past lives, but our soul will tell us. For example, last year I was watching somebody when they went to Egypt, and I felt watching that video of Egypt, like, you know what, let me look at it, and I could feel a connection deep inside with Egypt. When I was connecting with that, he went to a specific temple, and I just feel chills, and I'm feeling chills again, because even if I don't remember when I was in Egypt, my soul was telling me, hey woman, I've been there before. We've been there before. And speaking of Egypt, if you're wondering why am I wearing all this crowns, all this bling bling, because I'm just trying to connect to my goddess side. Just embracing my goddess side, or my queen side, right? That's why I'm like this. So anyway, let me know if you also feel like you're an old soul. Did you always felt like maybe a connection, kind of like the story that I told you about Egypt, when I felt a connection to it? Do you ever felt like anything that remember you from a past life? I would love to know. So anyway, like and subscribe for more videos to help you on your spiritual awakening journey. And until next time, bye.